Alright, in this video, we are going to discuss more about struct. So, what is struct? So, struct functions is one of the functions in order to make the data to getting around together and then running out the function in one type kind of struct. Alright, so it doesn't explain anything for sure. So I'm gonna give you a direct example of it. As usual, type pragma, and then don't forget about the license. We are going to use MIT license, and then we are going to use Solidity 0.8.18 version. Alright, and then type contract, named it with struct, open up the curly braces, and then inside of the contract type struct, and then for this example I'm going to use the car as the struct. Alright, so basically we're going to use the name of the car, and then the year of the car, and then the owner. So we're going to use global variable in this case, and then first and foremost type string, and then typed it with model, and then uint, and then typed it with year, and then address as the global variable, then type owner. Alright, so you can also type it on the state variable like this, and then type memory, and then type with it car as the name of the memory. And then you can also make it with array, type car, and then empty square bracket, and then type memory, and then type cars ruler, because you can put a lot of data types inside of here. Oh, sorry. Looks like we got some difficulty in here. Ah, sorry. We gotta make it public. Okay. And then after that, I'm gonna give you another example. Oh, to be honest though, we can also make it with mapping right here, and then open up the parentheses. Inside of the parentheses, type cars, sorry, car, and then square bracket, and then right here, address is equals to greater than cars, and then make it public, and then named it with cars by owner right here. Alright, all good. So after that, I'm gonna give you another example how to use struct and how to running it inside of the smart contract. Alright, so type function, and then named it with examples, and then type external, and then inside of the function type car, and then use memory. There you go. We can use memory by now. And then named it with the first of the struct, and then first of all we're gonna use Lambo as the name of the car, and then inside of here type car, and then inside of the parentheses typed the first value of the struct of car, and that is the string, and then we're gonna name it with Lamborghini, and then the year will be 1990, and then the address will be message.sender like this. Alright, and then after that I'm going to introduce you to how to use key value pair. So what is that? So basically, you can uh, you can randomize all of the data inside of the struct inside of here. So regardless any of the order of the struct, you can write it. So I'm gonna give you a direct example of it. All right. And then as usual, type car memory and then named it with Toyota or whatever you want to name it. Then type car, and then inside of the parentheses, fill it up with curly braces, and then type model Toyota, and then year. Oh, sorry. Will be 2018, and then the address will be, sorry, the owner will be message.sender, right here. And then the beautiful of the using this key pair of value, you can randomize all of the data inside of here. For example, I'm gonna make the year in front of the model like this, and it's all good. And then the last thing that I'm going to introduce you is how to use the default of struct. So type car memory and then named it with Tesla, and then yeah, just like that. So what is the default value of a struct? So if you typed or write this line, it will end up with the result of the default of the struct. In this case, we are going to create the string of empty string and then uint of 0 and then address of 0 address. Alright. So how do we modify that? In order to modify that, we have to type Tesla dot model is equals to Tesla. Don't forget the quote unquote Tesla right here, and then Tesla dot year is equals to 2010 right here, and then Tesla dot owner is equals to msg.sender or message.sender right here, and it's done. All right. So next thing is I'm going to introduce you how to start the struct start the struct right over here. So if you execute all of the function inside of here, it will be work, but one thing that should be remembered is it is not saved, and after we running up this function, the value will not be synced. So in order to prevent that happen, you gotta create the start of the struct, and then anyone can see it, the value that you already wrote inside of the smart contract. Alright. So how do we write that? First and foremost, type cars dot push. Inside of here, type Lambo, and then after that, cars dot push, type Toyota, and then after that, Lambo, Toyota, Tesla, cars dot push, and then Tesla right over here. Wait, looks like we got some difficulty in here. Toyota. Oh, I forget. should be Toyota. Alright, all good. So let's try it, alright? Let's try it. So make sure you used London version of Remix virtual machine and then deploy it. Yeah, all good. And then we can see, boom, the value after we start the struct. Alright. After that, I'm going to introduce you how to get it. So in order to modify the struct that we already wrote before, you gotta create another line, and that is how to get it. Alright, so all you have to do is just type car and then type memory, and then create another named of the struct, and that is underscore car. So if you already be in the programmer world, using underscore first in front of the named will be pretty much common in order to prevent all of the conflict between the names. Alright, so after that is equals to cars, and then inside of the array or square bracket you have to put what ordered, what the struct that we already wrote before. Alright, in this case we are going to use the first ordered of the struct, and that is the array of 0. So it will be modified the first of the struct right over here, and that is Lambo. Alright, and then down below type cars dot, in this case we are going to trial and error with year. Alright, year is equals to 2000. Alright, so what is wrong in here? Oh, alright, should be underscore car. Alright, we good. So what's happening in here? So first of the struct we wrote that the year of the Lambo is 1990, and then after we modify it, should be create the result of 2000 after we modify it. Alright, should be like that. Okay, so and then I'm going to introduce you how to update the modified of the struct. Alright, to be honest though, I'm going to make it comment first. Alright, so what is the difference between how to get it and how to update the modified of the struct? The answer is after we execute all of the modified inside of here, after we get it, the function will be not seen after we execute it. So in order to prevent that happened, we are going to write car, and then instead of type memory, we're going to use storage over here, and then underscore car, and it's equals to cars, and then we are going to use another array. For example, I'm going to use the second value of the struct, and that is Toyota right over here, and then in this line we are going to modify the model. Alright, so underscore cars dot model is equals to Toyota 2. Alright, Toyota 2. Alright. Okay, all good. In this case, you should be create the updated of Toyota. The first one is Toyota, and then after we modify it, it will be create Toyota 2. Minor in fact, we don't have to make this comment. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make it comment. so you gotta type one of those. You can't type both of the function at the same time. Alright. So last thing that I'm going to introduce you is how to delete it. It is pretty much easy though. Just type delete and then type cars and then delete the whatever of the struct that you want to delete. For example, I'm going to delete the struct of the order of 2, and then if you want to delete the modified struct right here, you can type it with delete and then underscore car dot after model we are going to alright. How about owner right here. All good. So let's just test it out. Alright, I'm gonna delete it first, make it clear, and then deploy it again. You can see the detail down below, and then the car will be an empty string, an empty uint, and then an empty address, and then test it out in this function car. Example. Alright, should have to call up the example functions first. Alright, so the first data struct will be Lamborghini, and then the year will be 1990, and then this is the owner. Then second one is R. Okay, it is correct because we already cleared up or delete the owner. Right, and that let's try out the last thing. Okay, float is okay. So yeah, it is pretty much it. And here's one thing that I'm going to introduce you about how to write an even more lines and make it look efficient. So you already learned that you gotta create this struct first before you saved it, and then running out the function at the same time. Alright, to be honest, there is one line that make it look easier. First and foremost, type cars and then push, and then instead of here type car, and then type the first struct. The model will be another of model. In this case, we're going to use Ferrari, and then the year will be 2020, and then the owner still remains the same, message to sender. Alright, yeah, all good. This will be create a new array, and that is Ferrari, and then the year will be 2020, and then message to sender. And then try it out one more time. Uint will be 3. Example first, and then there you go. Alright, that's the wrapped up of how to use struct in Solidity using Remix IDE. Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye. Peace out.